Jim Romer with your exclusive bar chart report. Make sure you go to my website and get a 2-week free trial to Weather Wealth, all about whether El Nino will form and implications for the grain markets this spring and summer. And also, we just had a huge trade. Past performance not indicative of future results, of course, but up to $4,000 to $9,000 a contract for Weather Wealth subscribers. Long coffee here on a variety of weather plays and seasonals that I recommended about a week and a half ago to clients. So make sure you go to my site. Big story, of course, is that NOAA just announced a more likely chance of El Nino by the summer. I have disagreed, thought maybe it would actually hold off till the fall. This is what happens now when you have a slight El Nino tendency, but usually it affects the markets more in the fall and winter as far as devastation around the world. But look at this particular situation here with Nino 1.2 warming up along the coast of Peru and a negative PDO. Our newsletter will talk about that. You tend to have a dry summer actually in the Western Corn Belt. In contrast to that, when you have a full-fledged moderate El Nino, look at the difference. Wet weather and perhaps a 15 to 30% break in corn and soybean prices by June and July and August. Will that happen? What's my forecast? How do we second guess models? You'll need to go to my website, please. And again, I help farmers and traders all over the world in multiple markets. The difference between El Nino and La Nina. So right now we're seeing this cold tongue you see off the coast of Peru there, right? That was La Nina phenomena. Look how it's going to transition toward El Nino over the next few months. The question is the timing. That cold pool of air that brought droughts to Argentina and, of course, 3 years in a row, droughts to the Western Corn Belt or Northern Plains. See that warming now? You have high pressure over Australia and low pressure and warming over the Central and Eastern Pacific. If that happens by the early to middle part of the summer, then what you will end up having is that uplifting of motion, vertical motion in the Gulf of Mexico, and look at the rain clouds over the Corn Belt by June and July. Could be maybe some wet planting weather, but for the most part, it would be beneficial. Again, high pressure there on your left, and low pressure over the east. Once again, this is what's actually been happening. Let's take a look at this once again. The cold currents off the coast of Peru the last 2 or 3 years, record long La Nina droughts in the plains, the California, the wheat areas, the Argentina soybean and corn regions. Look how that transition occurs now. The trade winds there, the arrows blowing from west to east, from Australia to the east coast of Peru. That tends to result in droughts over Australia, though conditions are good right now. And when that happens, that El Nino phenomenon, you begin to see that upward vertical motion. The clouds there near my crazy hat rains in the summer, and that would produce a bear market in grains. Will that happen? How quickly will El Nino form? Again, subscribe to my YouTube channel and my newsletter and learn how to trade commodities based on the weather.